Alright, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's video we are going to be doing the team guide for the Super EZA update to the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks' EZA event. Of course, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is a phenomenal unit. If you're not aware, yeah, he's good. We're not going to pull him up, but he's got damage reduction, he's got dodge, he's got really high stats, so he's definitely one of the best Super EZAs that we've seen. I don't know if he's as good as, like, Kid Buu, but I would say he's definitely on the level as Goku Black, and probably better than the Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Super EZA, so definitely a great unit. If you have him in your box, it's 100% worth it to do this, or to at least try to do this. And even if you don't have him, but, you know, you got those 150 red coins, I don't know, man. Maybe buying him with red coins wouldn't be the worst idea, especially if maybe you need him for some of the weaker teams that he's on. So definitely a unit that I recommend getting with red coins if you don't have him, or if you just got him sitting in your box, grind him up, right? Get him EZA, because overall he's a great Super EZA. Unfortunately, the weakness for his EZA event is youth, and there's some missions to complete it with a Hybrid Sans team for the Super EZA medals, so there is some hoops you're going to have to go around. The youth category isn't really that great, but there's a lot of Hybrid Sans units on that category, so this mission is going to be a little easier to get. But yeah, like I was saying, unless you have a lot of these specific units, this might be a little tricky to do, but there still are some good options to bring on your team for this EZA event, which is exactly what we're going to be going over in this video. So first off, we've got the EZA Gotenks. Now this guy leads youth, so if you want to get something going with that, you definitely could. He's a recent EZA. He's on the category. He's also on Hybrid Sans, which I guess is a little weird because Gogetas and Vegetos aren't on Pure Sans, but a Gotenks is on Hybrid Sans, but whatever. That's just, you know, Dokkan shenanigans. Regardless, he's a recent EZA, so of course he's really impressive. He's on the category. He's got type advantage. He's kind of perfect for this event, right? Now, as you transform with him, of course, he's going to get better and better, but I don't really think you're going to see Super Saiyan 3 all that often. He gets really busted once you go into Super Saiyan 3, but let's be honest, EZA events are pretty fast. I mean, I guess Super EZAs are a little different. They last maybe just a little bit longer, but if you're doing a lot of damage, you're probably only going to get to Super Saiyan Gotenks. Although, no, that's not true. You might see Super Saiyan 3 every now and then. Regardless, really good for this event. He's a great option. Even if you're not getting the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, it doesn't matter. You're still going to want to bring him because he's still just perfect for this event. So definitely a unit that if you have, maybe grind him up right now, get him EZA'd, whatever, because with the Super EZA event, he's one of the best options that you could bring on the team. Next up, we got another youth EZA unit. We got the Kid Goku right here. So if you got him sitting in your box, make sure you EZA him. He's great for this event. He also leads youth, so if you want to get a youth team going, he's another lead that you can have. He's a little older, so the Gotenks got his EZA sooner than this guy. So if you want to compare these two, this guy's a lot worse, but he's still good. He can be somewhat decent, no guard, damage reduction, or dodge, but between him having relatively decent stats and having type advantage, having an EZA, so he's going to be better for, you know, these Super EZA events, and then also he's on the main category, youth. He's going to be good in this event, right? He's still going to be impressive. You just might have to be a little bit more careful with him compared to someone like Gotenks, so you can just kind of do whatever with. He's going to dodge. He's going to have good stats because he just got his EZA, whereas this guy had his EZA for a minute. He's got this active skill, which, yeah, you definitely could get. The effect is absolutely horrible. It just does damage, but I think this was like one of the first active skills in the game, so I'm going to be completely honest with you. It kind of makes sense why it sucks, right? But, yeah, the condition you might be able to get, let's say you take a super, you fall below this HP threshold, do some solid damage, you know, might come in clutch for a run or two. So overall, I would say this is a good unit, definitely worth bringing on the team. Next up, we got the LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so very similar to these two guys right here. He's on the category. He's a Hybrid Saiyan, so he's on one of the missions, and he's an EZA unit. That's pretty much all I got. In terms of his kit, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, it kind of sucks, but in the right situations, I mean, he could look pretty impressive if you're getting additionals with him, if you got a bunch of key spheres with him. Again, type advantage, you know, LR on the category. It's really all I gotta say. It's worth just throwing on the team, just throwing this guy on the team, just because of all those things, because he's gonna do a solid amount of damage. His defense might be a little lacking in this event, but I think you should be able to make it work because of the things I mentioned. You know, he's an EZA, he's got type advantage, blah blah blah. You already heard me. But next up, we got a couple free-to-play options. So I definitely recommend getting these guys because they're on Hybrid Sans and they're also on Youth and they've got EZAs. So if tonight you want to grind these guys up before the Super EZA releases, that's definitely a smart idea. Both Gotenkses, we got the Super Saiyan Gotenks and Ghost, and then we got the base Gotenks right here. Neither of them are necessarily great, but this guy can be pretty useful just because he's Rainbow Orb changing, recovering HP, getting a lot of stats per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, and then good super attack effects. And like I've said a million times in the video, he's got type advantage. He's on the youth category and hybrid sands, so he's helping a lot with, you know, some of the missions and with the main weakness category for this event. And he's free to play, so just a good addition to bring on the team. Really, same thing to be said with this guy. Honestly, I kind of forget what he does. So yeah, he gets a little bit of stats. Okay, he gets some stats on super additionals, and then that's about it. So I would say probably go dodge with these guys if you're just now grinding them up and you're going to set their hidden potential system up. If you want to give them a little bit of additionals, you can do that, but they're also both int, so they've got the base 5 dodge. So if you want to really capitalize on that, that might be a smart idea. Yeah, those are all the units that I have pulled up, but dude, there's other good units on youth. I wanted to pull up a lot of the intelligence units, but I mean, I guess there's Broly and what's his name? The green guy. Oh, okay, that's not in the thing. Wait, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Hang on, it's like starts with a B. Okay, anyway, sorry. This guy can be pretty useful. He's an EZA that's got type advantage, that's on youth, so he can be decent in here. He's stacking as well. He's got a medium chance to dodge, so I guess that's kind of nice. Who else do we got? There's this Bulma. You know, she's on youth. She can be pretty good if there's another Kid Goku. So if you want to bring this guy next to her, you could get a pretty good rotation going on there. I would probably stray away from bringing any other units that are not int, but you might be able to get away with bringing a couple AGL, a couple STR physical units, but or not AGL, sorry, yeah, because AGL, they have type disadvantage, but you know, STR, tech, physical, like this Path to Power Kid Goku, he might be somewhat useful. Just avoid bringing AGL units because, again, they have type disadvantage. And then when it comes to LRs, Bulma might be somewhat good in here just because she's really good defensively. Her damage might not be that crazy, though. And then I guess the Carnival LR Gohan just because he's got type advantage, but he's not an EZA, so keep in mind you're missing that. But, I mean, he's on the category. He's on Hybrid Sands as well, so if you got him, you might as well just throw him on the team. But really, those are the best options. I mean, like I said, youth isn't that big of a category, so it might be kind of tricky for some players to do this, but I promise if you've got this Gotenks, it's worth doing, right? It's worth trying at least, because then if you can do it, you've got this amazing unit on your side. Which, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about him really quick. I do want to mention him just briefly at the end of the video. So after a Super EZA, yeah, you're getting 150% to stats start of turn. You've got all this on Super. Also, I forgot to mention he's a support. So he gives Super Class allies 33% defense and Extreme Class allies 33% attack for the first 3 turns from the character's entry turn. So being a support for both Super and Extreme Class is obviously very beneficial, even though most of the time you're probably not going to be running him next to other Extreme Class units. In the off chance that you are, he's supporting them. And then he gets another 100% to stats when Ki is 11 or less. I mean, it sucks that there's a restriction behind it, but it's nice that he has it. He gets 50% to stats, up to 150% with every attack performed. I guess it kind of sucks that he's not going to be at his best from the start of the fight. You have to build up with him, but please keep in mind, it's only 3 attacks. It's not going to be that difficult to get. And it's not like they have to be supers. With every attack performed, he gets 50% to stats, up to 150%. So you could easily get that within the first turn with him, or within the first turn or two. And then this guy gets, yeah, chance of performing a critical hit and 50% damage reduction. So a 50% chance to crit, 50% damage reduction within the turn when Ki is 11. And all allies attacking in the same turn acquired Key Spheres. Wait. Okay, so everyone has to be at... Oh, no, okay, so all right. Worded a little weird. My bad. So he has to be at 11 Key, and then everyone in the turn has to acquire Key Spheres. That's kind of weird. I feel like you're always going to get that. When are you not going to get Key Spheres with units? But, okay, whatever. Just another hoop you got to go through. But it's worth it, because 50% damage reduction is obviously pretty crazy. And then this guy gets a high chance to dodge, and then an additional chance of evading enemies' attack, plus 33% when performing a super when Ki is 12. So you got a lot going on in his kit. Good stats between the build-up, and then he's got some tech built in there as well with the 50% damage reduction and the dodge, which, by the way, you can get up to an 83% chance to dodge. So, you know, obviously that's good. He's got crits built in as well, and he's a support. So overall, he's a great unit. On some weak teams, on some good teams, he's just a good unit overall, man. I mean, I'm going to stop glazing him. We'll end the video there. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking of the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. It's super easy A, and let me know what team you're going to bring or what units you're going to bring on the youth team to beat this guy's Super Easy A event. That has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.